Okuhara, winning both of their semi-finals in 3 thrilling games. It means we've just got one more semi-final to come. It's men's singles, and the two-time former champion, Lin Dan from China, trying to make it through to his 5th Japan Open final. He's up against the Indonesian, Tommy Sugiarto. Well, with the men's singles about to come onto court, we will be able to look at the Destination Dubai rankings. And I can tell you that after the Indonesia Super Series, the top 4 remained unchanged. And despite Kento Momota winning in Jakarta, the man he beat in the final is still ranked above him, Janno Jorgensen. But Janno Jorgensen wasn't able to compete here in Japan, so I think things might change after this week in Tokyo. Lin Dan and Srikanth Kidambi swapped places after the Indonesia event, and of course Lin Dan is the man we are about to watch. He had a disastrous last couple of Super Series events, both in Australia and Indonesia. He lost in the very first round. So, Lin Dan making amends here in Tokyo because he's playing very well indeed. Well, as far as the men's singles draw is concerned, 6 different nations involved at quarter-final stage. 2 Chinese players, 2 Indonesian players. But isn't that a healthy situation for semi-final stage? 4 different nations involved, and we know that Victor Axelsen is through to the final. That's his 4th final of the year for Victor Axelsen. So the tall young Dane already safely through against Chao Tian-chen of Chinese Taipei. But who will Axelsen play in tomorrow's final? Will it be the 2-time former champion and reigning Olympic champion Lin Dan, or will it be Tommy Sugiarto? We are about to find out. Well, play on semi-finals day has finished on court number 2, so everybody's attention will be turned to our centre court. The fans here, haven't they been treated to a wonderful day? Day of badminton here in Tokyo. Semi-finals day, thrills and spills, the drama, the excitement. It really has had everything today. Just one match to come. Lin Dan of China, the number 5 seed, against the unseeded Tommy Sugiarto. Tommy Sugiarto, incidentally, making his 5th appearance here at the Japan Open. Last year, he was the number 5 seed. He lost in the quarterfinal stage to the eventual champion, Lee Chong-wei, in 3 games. And Lee Chong-wei, this year, despite having won the title here in Japan 5 times previously, including the last 3, had to qualify because his world ranking had plummeted after his enforced suspension from the game. Lin Dan, well, you go back 10 years to the first time he won the Yonex Open Japan. That was in 2005. Beat Chen Hong in the final. He won the title again the next year, 2006, beating Taufik Hidayat. But the first time he actually reached the final here in Tokyo, Lin Dan, 12 years ago. And he lost out to Jacques Ranzer, who is now his coach. Also beaten finalist 5 years ago, Lin Dan, losing to Lee Chong-wei in 2010. So Lin Dan trying to make it through to his 5th Yonex Open Japan final. For Tommy Sugiarto, well, he's never been beyond the quarter-final stage here in Tokyo. But he is a man who's come to Tokyo in very, very good form. Won his last tournament, so that was a couple of weeks ago, the Vietnam Grand Prix, beating Lee Chun-il in the final. Also won the Russian Grand Prix event this year, Tommy Sugiarto. There he is. Winner of 1 Super Series title. That was the 2013 Singapore. But he's been in a total of 3 finals. Super Series finals of 2013 and the Malaysian Premier Super Series last year. And Lin Dan, well, probably the most famous badminton player ever. And many people have called him the greatest ever. I'm always a little reluctant to compare eras. You know, you go back to the likes of Rudy Hartono, Morton Frost after that. They didn't have the opportunity of Olympic Games, and the World Championships were only every 3 years, not every year, so you can't really compare. But Lin Dan, of course, is a former world #1, currently #5. As we saw from his destination Dubai ranking, down 1 place to #6 after the Indonesian Open. His win-loss record for the year, well, he won the Asian Championships when unseeded, and he reached the final of the Malaysian Superseries, where he lost out to Chen Long, the world champion. Well, there, his second round against the qualifier and the defending champion, Lee Chong-wei, in 2 straight games. It had to save 5 match points in his opening match against Song Wan-ho of Korea. He was 18-20 down in that second game, having lost the first. 5 match points saved, and here he is in the semi-final. Beat his teammate Tian Hao Wei in yesterday's quarter-final. Lin Dan, of course, 31 years of age. His opponent, Tommy Sugiarto, 27, born in West Jakarta, 16 in the world ranking, but he has been as high as 3. Currently number 20 in the destination Dubai list. And his win-loss record for the year, well, there's those 2 titles that he's won that I've mentioned, the Russian and the Vietnam. Now, he had a real battle against the number 4 seed, Kento Momota, who won the Indonesian Premier Super Series, the last of the Super Series prior to this. 1 hour and 27 minutes he needed to come through against Momota. Now, as you can see, this is the 7th meeting between these 2 players. Lin Dan having won 4 of the previous 6, but the last meeting was won by Tommy Sugiarto. That was the first round of the Indonesia Super Series earlier this year. Fabio Beto of Italy, our umpire for this one, and Ueno from Japan, our service judge.
Indonesia. On my left, Lin Dan, China. Lin Dan to serve. Level. Black.
So the 2-time former champion,
Fault.
reigning Olympic champion, the left-handed Lin Dan, getting this semi-final underway. Now, I do want to explain a little bit more about the head-to-heads, because Tommy Sugiarto, as I've already said, won the last encounter, which was the first round of the Indonesia Premier Super Series just a couple of months ago. The time before that they met, Tommy Sugiarto in the Malaysian Super Series retired at love 2 down in the first game. He had injured himself in the semi-final of the India Super Series event, had Sugiarto. Had to retire from that match against Victor Axelsen, who we know is in the final of this Japan Open tomorrow.
1-all.
And therefore, in my opinion, we don't really count the second last time they met. The third last time they met was won by Sugiarto as well, and that was in the India Super Series. So really, in my book, Tommy Sugiarto has really won the last 2 encounters, but that's not what the stats say, because if you go onto court, then the match does get counted in all stats, and he did play 2 points.
Service over. 2-1. Service over. 2-all.
Competing as an independent player now. Sugiarto left the national team in January earlier this year. Felt he wasn't really getting anywhere or improving under the national coaches, wanted to go back to his club. Been beset with injury problems, his back. Oh, great retrieving there from Tommy Sugiarto.
Service over, 3-all.
He wants the court mopped.
Thank you.
World Championship bronze medalist in Copenhagen last year, Sugiarto. Lost that semi-final to Chen Long.
3-all.
Injured himself in the second game, which he lost 22-20.
4-3.
Oh, look at that net shot. That is perfection.
Service over, 4-all.
No, you don't see better than that. Oh, my goodness.
5-4.
Just clipping the racket head over the top of the shuttle. Creating a very acute angle.
Service over, 5-all.
Going to go wide.
Service over, 6-5.
Well, I hesitate to say this, but in comparison to the women's singles, the pace of the rallies, pedestrian in comparison. 43 shots, that's a long, long rally, isn't
Thank
it?
you. Thanks.
I suspect that's the longest of the day. Any match.
6-5. Play. Service over, 6-all. Seven, 6. fault.
Yeah.
Service over.
It's more reminiscent of the
7-all.
Lin Dan of old. Sudden injection of pace. Yep, he'll turn 32 next month, Lin Dan. Oh, goodness me, wild.
Eight, 7.
Oh, lucky net cord for Tommy Sugiarto.
Service over.
There's a couple of times he's
8-all.
defended on his forehand side, and Lin Dan has just not expected him to get it back. I don't think he could have got to that anyway, but earlier on he just was left stranded, didn't think his opponent was going to get to it.
All.
It's landed in.
9, 8. Thank you.
That's his favourite shot.
Service over. 9-all. Service over. 10-9.
Oh, I think he read that. Tommy Sugiarto, very alert to pounce on that one. It's a little push. Look where he's positioned, hovering round the net, waiting for that kill. And that gives him the advantage at the mid-game interval. 2-point advantage.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, the umpire trying to get the players back on court.
11-9.
Oh, Lin Dan has changed his racket. He's trying out the new one.
Thank you. Play.
All good.
Service over, 10-11.
Caught the outside edge of the line. Oh, my goodness. Another long, long rally. Well, the dive in the middle of that rally from Lin Dan, and he will want the court mopped of the perspiration. Both players, in fact, asking the umpire for the moppers
11
to come on. There's the dive. Look how quickly it gets up again.
Thank you. Thank you. Players.
Oh,
Court,
crikey.
please.
That's the longest rally of the day so far.
11 all. Black.
Oh, challenge here.
Lin Dan challenges, called out.
Well, I don't think it was the back line. I think it was the sideline that was in question. Well, it's always difficult for me to tell because that's the far side of the court from which we all look down. But instinctively, I thought that was just wide. But Hawkeye will tell us for sure. Here we go. Oh, it did catch the line. What a good challenge.
Correction in. 12-11. Black. What's the problem? Play on. Play on.
Yeah. Quality of the net play
13,
set up the rally.
11.
Look at that. How does he control that, Lin Dan? Tight spinning net shot over his opponent's tight spinning net shot.
Service over, 12-13.
It's another long rally.
13 all.
Long, grueling rallies, but not the sort of intense pace that we saw in both of the women's singles.
All, fly.
Missed it. Yeah, there was half an opportunity.
Service over, 14-30.
Struggles sometimes, Lin Dan, when his opponent doesn't give him any pace to feed off with his downward shots. So that sort of half smash from Tommy Sugiarto, very effective. Oh. Well, Sugiarto was moving, waiting for Lin Dan's favourite cross-court smash from that deep forehand corner. Now, Lin Dan must have seen him out of the corner of his eye and said, OK, well, smash straight then.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Tommy. Please keep that a shuttle. 15-14.
Wasn't really on balance when he tried to play that winner, Tommy Sugiarto.
14.
Not on balance, or maybe feeling his back. It's the sort of movement and shot that will test that back injury. Yeah.
17-14.
Just proves my point, doesn't it? When he's feeding off a more powerful smash, Lin Dan much prefers it.
Service over, 15-17. Ready?
Well, that back injury to which I refer has meant that Tommy Sugiarto has withdrawn from 4 tournaments this year, having entered German, Swiss, Singapore Super Series and the Asian Championships.
Service over. 18-15.
Yeah.
19.
Just warming up. There you are, there's Charles Ranzer, the man who beat Lin Dan in Lin Dan's first ever final here at the Yonex Open Japan back in 2003. Man, I'm getting a little bit concerned about Tommy Sugiarto.
Game point.
That also
15.
didn't look too good in movement-wise. Didn't look as if he was flowing as he hit that shot, and I'm very concerned about his back. Game point opportunities.
It's over.
Yeah.
16-20.
Sometimes you need a little bit of luck.
Seventeen, 20.
This time. Yeah. Well finished off by Lin Dan. 21-17.
First game won by Lin Dan, 21-17.
25 minutes for that opening game. And as an independent player, I don't think Tommy Sugiarto has a coach with him here in Tokyo. Tommy Sugiarto, I think he's just changed his racket, maybe the handle sodden with perspiration and therefore a new racket with a new grip on.
20 seconds, 20 seconds.
Similar plan, I think, for Lin Dan. Also a change of racket.
Ready? Second game, level. Play.
So Lin Dan, 1 game to the good, 21-17, that opening game.
Service over, 1 love. Service over.
That's a hideous
1
error.
all. 2-1.
Look how short the lift was, though. Always tell from where the player, where their feet land when they've played the jump smash. No, he did well there because that shuttle was spinning ferociously.
Service over. 2.
May have been short, but with a spinning shuttle like that, sometimes very difficult to control. It's lovely. Disguise on the little hold and flick.
3-2.
Played it with precision. Oof. Oh. Banged the racket on the floor. Yeah, I'm not surprised he needing to change that.
2.
Because he was slightly late coming forward. Look, he bangs his racket on the floor as he's playing the shot unintentionally. Well, that probably has cracked it.
Okay, you're changing. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Four, 2.
Yeah. That's the Lin Dan of old that we love to watch playing.
2.
Look at that.
Yeah. Thank you. Five, 2.
Yeah, he's just up the pace of his whole game at the moment, Lin Dan. Pace of shot and pace of movement.
2. Service over. 3, 6. Lin Dan, return the shuttle properly. Thank you.
Oh, that was quite clear from umpire Fabio Beto. Return the shuttle properly. Oh, it's a good smash from Tommy Sugiarto.
4-6. Service over, 7-4. Players get ready.
Yeah, umpire's getting a little irritated that the players are taking so long in between rallies. What a lift. Well, it was called in. Lin Dan's challenging.
Challenges called in.
Well, he's handing the shuttle back. He's challenged, but handing the shuttle back, which would indicate that he probably thinks it did land in. Otherwise, he would have kept the shuttle, surely. Well, Hawkeye's about to confirm. Yeah, it was in.
Challenge unsuccessful. Service over, 5-7. Lin Dan has 1 challenge remaining.
Oh, that was a bizarre challenge.
Play.
Was better movement from Tommy Sugiarto, getting behind the shuttle.
6-7. Lin Dan.
Yeah, well played. Oh. The umpire. Unfortunately, we missed that as he was speaking to Lin Dan. I think he was saying something about the length of time in between points, or maybe it was the way he was handing the shuttle back. I'm really not sure.
Service over, 8-6.
It.
9,
yeah, and the body
6.
language after that rally will be concerning if you're an Indonesian fan. Gone wide.
Service over, 7-9.
No, some heavy breathing there from Lin Dan. In fact, one of my colleagues said to me earlier in the week that didn't think Lin Dan was looking as fit as we've seen him previously.
7-9. Service over, 10-7.
Oh, yes. Lovely backhand. And he has a 4-point advantage at the mid-game interval. A 4-time finalist here at the Yonex Open Japan. Won 2 of those finals. Watch this backhand. A little flick of the racket head just at the last moment to control the downward shot. Look at that.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much. Yeah, 11-7.
Well, the banner there saying Lin Dan, obviously got his fans here in Tokyo. Where doesn't he have his fans, actually, Lin Dan? Such a popular player all over the world.
Seventh. Service over, 8-12. Service over, 13-8.
Yeah, good juggling from Sugiarto. A little look from Lin Dan up towards the giant screen, hoping for a replay. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Sugiarto drawn into trying to respond to the trickery from Lin Dan with more trickery of his own, and it simply doesn't work. There we are. Five-point advantage now for the number 5 seed, Lin Dan.
Thank you. (14-9).
skies once again from Lin Dan on the hold and flick,
15-9.
catching Sugiarto off balance. Just missed it.
Service over. 10-15.
Oh, well, it was called in. There's an immediate challenge
Called in.
from Lin Dan. He's only got one challenge left, so... if he loses this challenge, he's got no challenges. Here we go. Yeah, well, he's got no challenges. Because that was
Challenge unsuccessful.
definitely in.
11-15. Lin Dan has no challenges remaining. Play.
Well, you just sensed that Tommy Sugiarto
16.
needed to win that rally. If your opponent has just lost all their challenges, that's the moment to pounce and put some pressure on.
Players come here, please. Players.
Ah, the umpire's going to have a word with them. Too much time wasting.
We need to speed up the game, so we need to be quicker serving from both sides. Thank you very much. 16-11.
Yeah, he's quite right too.
Play.
Missed it.
Tommy Sugiarto challenges called out.
I fear that will be a wasted challenge. Instinctively, I thought that was out. Yeah. No, and Judge was right.
Challenge unsuccessful.
I was right.
17-11. Tommy Sugiarto has one challenge remaining. Play. Service over. 12-17.
Oh, he's pushed that long.
13-17.
Doesn't seem to have the same sort of focus as he used to have. Lin Dan. Well, he wouldn't be able to challenge even if he thought the call was wrong. But I thought the call was right. Yeah, good rally. Oh, almost got the umpire. Defensive shot there from Tommy Sugiarto.
Service over.
Hurtling towards our
18.
umpire. Certainly didn't mean that. Good attacking play from Lin Dan.
Service over. 15-18.
Oh, yeah. Nice follow-up from Lin Dan.
Service over. 19-15.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. Guiding the shuttle cross court into the open space. Well, I think the strings have gone in the racket of Sugiarto. Oh, maybe not.
Service over. 16-19.
It sounded very odd earlier in that rally.
Thank you.
Just didn't move his feet. Always looked spectacular, a dive, but in reality that,
Thank you.
from a coaching perspective, was probably a little bothering. It's Lin Dan running out of puff.
16-19.
Yeah, nicely done.
17-19.
Oh, fantastic. Well, the sudden injection of pace
Service
into the
over.
rally.
20, match
Oh,
point.
final smash, just
17.
inside that singles court. Brilliant. Yeah. The Lin Dan fans there will be very happy because it's now 3 match point opportunities.
Tommy. Too much today. Okay? You just want to go around. Sorry, Tommy. You have the yellow card. Tommy
Oh, for
Sugiarto,
goodness
warning
sake.
for misconduct. It's too much too much. Yeah, okay. No problem. Okay.
Well, to give a yellow card at that stage,
17.
when quite frankly,
Black.
I think his opponent has wasted more time than he has. Oh dear, there we go. side. Symmetry in the scoreline, 21-17, 21-17. And Lin Dan reaches his 5th Yonex Open Japan final. Well, Tommy Sugiarto and the umpire are still discussing this. Yeah, the yellow card's the official warning, and that has a monetary fine connected to it. It does seem a little harsh when Lin Dan was spoken to on several occasions for not only time wasting, but for not returning the shuttle back nicely after the rally. There we go. We're not going to let it spoil a wonderful day of badminton. So Tommy Sugiarto takes leave of the court. And Lin Dan will return tomorrow for the final, which he will play against Victor Axelsen of Denmark. Well, Lin Dan just hitting some shuttles to the fans. Well, it has been a remarkable day's play, hasn't it? 2 women's singles semi-finals, the pick of the day. So just to recap on the day, it all started with the mixed doubles with the European champions through to their 3rd final here in Japan with a 2-game victory over the new Korean pairing, relatively new Korean pairing of Kim and Shim. Then men's doubles, and Endo and Hawakawa weren't able to make history today because still no home pair has reached the final of the Japan Open in the men's doubles, with Fu Haifeng and Zhang Nan beating Endo and Hawakawa in 2 straight games. We then had the most magnificent women's singles with Akane Yamaguchi, the 18-year-old former champion, coming from 6-11 down in the 3rd game and 9-14 down also in that 3rd game, saving 4 match points before eventually winning 26-24. Then in the 2nd of the women's singles, another former champion, Tai Su-ying, in her 4th consecutive semi-final here in Tokyo, was beaten by another Japanese youngster. And the Japanese youngster, Okuhara, former world junior champion, once again needing 3 games to come through, 1 hour and 3 minutes before she eventually won 21-19 in that deciding game. And as we've just seen, Lin Dan has made it through to his 5th final here at the Japan Open with a victory 21-17, 21-17 over Tommy Sugiarto. So those are the results of the day. We really have seen some spectacular badminton though, haven't we? Well, this was the match of the day. First of the women's singles, the 4 match point save before Yamaguchi came through. And not to be outdone, her teammate Okuhara made sure that Japan are guaranteed the women's singles title here, because it's an all Japanese women's singles final. Lin Dan will contest his 5th Japan Open final tomorrow, having beaten Tommy Sugiarto. Okay. So a great a day's play here on semi-finals day. We'll do it all again tomorrow. It's the same time for the finals tomorrow, 12 noon local time. That's 0300 GMT. From all of us here in Tokyo, especially from me, Jill Clark. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.